Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ybot, and welcome to the Kerbal Space Program. This has been around for quite a while here, but they recently did a new patch, and I've had an itch to kind of do a Let's Play of this one for quite a while. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with it, and I'm not a expert at it, but I have somewhat advanced knowledge, so we're gonna. And I've also been playing it for years and years now. So, anyway, let's get a new career mode game started up, because that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna do that, and we'll go ahead and we'll grab our custom flag here. The flags, by the way, are just PNG files. You can just plop them in the flags folder. I just found this one. On the internet here. So, be all Canadian-y like. And difficulty options normal. Sure, we'll stick with that. I have Kerbal Engineer installed. I think it's up to date. I think it's 1.2. 1.2.2 I think is the current patch. But I think I think everything is up to date. I know that we have satellites now, and we have satellite communication, which is interesting. All right, so let's get started here. So we've got our little space center. I'm Gene Kerman, flight director, and your guide for the quick introduction. This is the Space Center. From here you can manage all aspects of the space program. Feel free to have a look around. Hold the right mouse button down, and or use the arrow keys. Okay, can I use these keys as well? ASW, yep, okay, thank you, got it. And mouse wheel to zoom in and out. So this is mission control, and all of these are down here, by the way. So, vehicle assembly building, tracking station, spaceplane hangar, the runway, research and development, which is right here. Mission control, where we get our missions. The launch pad, the flagpole, the astronaut complex, the admin building, and the tracking station. So, anyway, let's get started here. Let's go to mission control. We've got a bunch of stuff here. So, gather data from Kerbal. Not too hard. So we can only have 2 missions right now, though, so I guess we'll go for these 2. Alright, and we're actually going to start off, if we can manage it, we're going to start off in the spaceplane hangar here. And we're just going to get a bit of, we're going to get as much science as we can. So, I've watched other people like Quill just exploit the crap out of the biomes here, and we're going to shamelessly do that as well. So, do we have any wheels at the moment? No. What do we have available here? We literally have nothing. Okay. Well, we have scientific equipment. Maybe we'll just attach a booster. We're not going to ignite the booster, but we'll just attach it. We'll see how things go. So, science. Apparently all we can get is mysterious goo canisters and, I guess, crew reports. Alright, so let's put those there, and we'll see how it goes. Does it matter who's crewing the vessel? Yeah. Let's actually, since we're going for science, we'll throw Bob Kerbal in. And, yeah, we're good. Let's go back to construction. So, okay, I do actually have Kerbal Engineer Redux here, so, yeah. It tells me my Delta V, which is nice. I've got a picture to show you guys later on. I'll have to edit it into another video, but it's a nice little chart that I use as a baseline for how much Delta V I need to get to to get where I want to. I believe it's like 4,500 Delta Vs to get into Kerbal orbit. I could be very off on that, and I'm sure people in the comments section will let me know if I am. you get clicked back on there. Okay. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and just launch this thing. It should just be sitting on its belly on the runway, which is all we want from it. Because you see, guys, every single structure in the Kerbal space program counts as its own biome. And what a biome is it's a area where you can get science. So we're in the runways biome right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a crew report, get the tiniest amount of science here, keep that experiment, open up the mysterious goo canisters here, keep that experiment, observe this mysterious goo canister, keep that experiment, and we're going to EVA Bob, who is a scientist, and see about getting an EVA report. Yeah. So from humble beginnings here, very, very humble beginnings, I believe we can get the... Yeah, we can still restore the experiments even at this level. Store experiments. What is the issue here? Mysterious goo observations already stored. Okay, so just dump that experiment. So apparently we can't duplicate. That's unfortunate. Now then, let's see if we can roll off the runway here. Ooh. Okay. Well, that was a waste of money. All right. Welp. We're not technically on the runway anymore. Crew report? No. Let's see here. EVA now. EVA report from KSP. Okay. Let's grab some mysterious goo science. The goo seems bored. The goo still seems bored. Okay, keep those. Bored. And you know what? I think that's going to do it for this one. We'll recover the vessel. So we did lose some money because of that stupid booster. But we should have some science. What do we got? We managed to get a total of 19 science out of that. Okay. And 1 experience gained for Bob Kerbal. Okay. Let's go into the VAB. We'll see next what we can do in terms of building stuff here. Let's get a rocket set up. So literally this is all we can do. Do we even have like decouplers? Nope. Let's... No, cancel. We actually do want to keep them here, so we'll get that on. We'll throw in a couple of the mysterious goo canisters. And let's take a look at the stages of the craft here. Oh, there we go. So 863 delta V, mass 250 kilograms. Okay, what is this capable of doing? Tooltip. I think that would save them. Anyway, who's going to be our pilot here? Jebediah? How about Valentia? Let's try to keep Jebediah alive for the time being. Alright, so we're at our launch pad here, and actually we probably aren't even going to fly this time. Gee, should I have just, like, covered this thing in goo canisters? I probably should have. I guess you just EVA. And yeah, we will go ahead and... So we got that. World first milestones. Okay. Cool. Alright, well. Anyway, folks, we're just going to recover the spacecraft for this one. We're going to see what we can do. We'll see if we can get any sort of decouplers, make things just a little bit safer for our Kerbonauts. We're going to call them astronauts. That's going to get too confusing. 27 science gain. No, 27 science total. Okay. Alright, let's see what we can do with that. Oh, we can do quite a bit, actually. Forgot that this stuff is so cheap at the beginning. Engineering 101. Yep, this is very good. This gives us another scientific instrument. Survivability is nice. I think the barometer will also be a handy scientific instrument. So let's try survivability. Oh, basic science. That looks nice. Science Juniors, in my last playthrough of this, just on my own, was a pretty big science engine for this game. So I'll definitely want to get that as soon as I can here. For the time being, though, we'll go for basic rocketry. Got that. And this just gives us some better engines, some better fuel tanks. We don't have the science for that, though. So let's leave the facility. Let's go to the VAB. And now that we have basic decouplers, I feel a little bit better about our chances of survival here. So it is still letting Valentia pilot this thing. It's called like baby's first ship. SIP. Not even sure if baby's spelled right. Yep, cool. Got my XSplit overlay blocking things. Oh, also, science. Can science harder than before. Go ahead, throw a barometer on there. Throw a thermometer on here. Yep. And I don't think a flight computer is necessary. I'm not even sure what this thing does. It's just the chip version in a fancy box with flashing red lights. It's been proved to be at least faster than a standard hard drive. Okay. Kerbal engineering system. Ah. Let's see if we can maybe stick one of those things on here as well. Alright. Let's launch this puppy. Probably should have put a scientist in here, actually. That way we could try resetting experiments. Log the temperature. Okay, keep data. Yeah, honestly, we're probably just going to science a little harder. Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of this cheesing the game with science. Yep. And we're actually going to throw Bill in here. We'll throw in Bill Kerbal, the scientist. That way we can... that way we can actually get some resets here, because presumably what we're hoping is going to happen is we're going to land in the water safely. We don't exactly need exceptional piloting skills for this, so it's Bob Kerbal, actually, my mistake. Yeah, so we're going to have him get launched, and what he can do is he can reset all these experiments, so we can log all of those while in flight, then reset them, and then we can go in, grab all the data, and then we will hopefully be able to grab more data from the ocean, which is a different biome. So, just gonna cheese whatever we can out of this. And we have no SAS, that's fine. And yeah, because we have the engineering chip on there, it's actually showing us, it gives us access to Flight Engineer, which is not part of the game specifically, but it is definitely, it almost feels like it is. Oh, and my staging is fucked. Wow. There we go. It's fixed now. Let's go. Observe mysterious goo. Whoa. Oh dear. Well, that was a flight. Keep trying to science. Yeah, we might actually land up in the water. Who knows? Crew report. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and jettison the booster here. We don't really want to... Actually, let's try deploying the chute. Come on. Come on. Alright, fine. We'll just cut this thing loose. There we go. So, Kerbal engineering chip. There we go. It's not going to do much of anything. Right, we have absolutely no SAS. That's a downside to not having a pilot. Let's... How far away from the ground are we? 300 meters. Going at 5 meters a second. Yeah, let's do something stupid like EVA Bob. Oh. Cannot disembark while off of Kerbin's surface. Astronaut upgrade. Astronaut center upgrade required. Oh, interesting. Right, I keep on forgetting all these upgrades are required. So we're still in the shores biome. And we're falling at a snail's pace. What do we got here? My XSplit overlay is still blocking things here, so that's being annoying. What's this? We broke a speed record of 25 meters per second. We launched our first vessel. We broke another speed record. Cool. All right. Now then, Bob, you're on the surface now. You can EVA. Yep. Get your EVA report. Can observe the mysterious goo. And scientists can operate those from outside. Take the data. Log the pressure again. Okay. Collect the data from the mysterious goo and restore the canister. Observe mysterious goo. Keep that. And finally, the thermometer, which is currently underwater. Take the data from that. And log the temperature again, please. All right. And I think that does it for all of our science there. So, another crew report, maybe? Can we do another crew report? No. Okay, cool. Actually, EVA. Take data. Store. Get in. How about now? Crew report. Yes, we can. Little bit of extra science. All right. Let's see if all that fiddling around was worth it. Yeah, probably. We've got 61 science now. 126 in terms of funds. No experience gained for Bob. All right. And we've completed all of our contracts. All right, so these right here are going to require us to actually fly around. Escape the atmosphere. That's a good one I want. And conduct a temperature survey of Kerbal. Test the hammer. Solid fuel booster in flight over Kerbal. Okay. Let's go ahead and escape the atmosphere. Go for that one. Because we can do it, I'm sure. Let's actually just test it. We'll do things properly. We won't try to mess around. So, we'll even get a heat shield. Be super safe about it. Scrap this thing because it's kind of worthless. So the hammer booster. It'll provide a fraction of the delta V we need. All right. Well, that's not going to work. Well, what can we do with just our current level of science here? Can make something with not nearly enough delta V to get us off the surface. Okay. If we just remove that then. No, not the entire engine, just the coupler. Then we have one stage with 1500 delta V. Okay. Is it worth it to throw more of these on? What do we get now? We have 2,000 Delta V. That would get us somewhere, that's for sure. What's our thrust to weight ratio, though? That's still ridiculously good. You know what? Let's just for funs, let's try this out. Just for the hell of it. I have the feeling that the game is lying to me through its teeth, but let's give it a try here, folks. Alright, if we're going to do this many things, then we're going to go ahead and do it in 2 stages. I don't trust it. I think it's lying to me. And we're not having Bob be the pilot. We're having Valentia be the pilot for this one. And we'll just name this one the Titanic, because that's what I think it's going to be. I think it's going to explode and then it's going to sink. Anyway, do we have any communication stuff? Yeah, we do, actually. Cool. You know what? What the hell? Let's just plop one of those right over there. Alright. And let's try to launch this thing according to, Kerbal Engineer. It's got a massive, thrust to weight ratio here. We'll see if that's actually the case. I have my doubts. I also think it's going to explode. Alright, let's see what this sucker can do. So my staging is actually good for once. Yeah, good. Alright. Oh my god, it's working. Alright, so RCS, it doesn't matter if that's on or off. We don't have RCS control yet. Alright, well this is actually working really, really well. I'm very impressed. Yeah, this is definitely a solid, proper rocket. Even though it's made up of a bunch of tiny-ass little fuel tanks. Though when it turns, it bends. That is not ideal. Alright. Yeah, this thing's not the best for maneuvering. Alright, so jettison that. Hopefully it doesn't hit anything in the Space Center. And now we're out of control. Well, it's not a terrible flight. So we're over the water now. At least we can get a little bit of science here. Grab the pressure as well. Apparently that's not going to work. Yeah, we're not going to do much else. So I guess this thing doesn't... So it does gimbal. Okay. Well, what is its problem then? Oh well. Must have buggered something up. Anyway, we're not getting out of... we're not getting out of anything here. We're not getting out of the atmosphere on this one. And air resistance is definitely being my enemy today. Alright, so that's that. Alright, so just disconnect. And we're just going to time warp this a little until things slow down. Slow down to normal, and we'll go ahead and deploy the chutes. There we go. So it's not actually going to do much for now. And there's the moon off. The moon off in the distance. We're just going to time warp this sucker back down under 1,000 feet, and it should deploy the chutes. As long as we're working out of the Kerbal Space Center, that'll be fine. And that would be our stage splashing down somewhere. Alright. Let's slow down our time warp. So we're 300 meters from the ground. We can safely just go crazy time warp here, even though it's probably stupidly dangerous. I'll maybe cut it at... yeah. We'll let them come down naturally at normal time speed here. Because this is physics warp too. It screws with the physics of the game, which is not always good. Anyway. It can have unpredictable outcomes. Alright, so right here, log the temperature. Can we do another crew report? No, cancel. Well, let's at least do an EVA. And look, it's... oh my. Alright, and board the spacecraft and we'll recover it. Alright, so that's pretty much going to do it here for the first episode of my Let's Play here of Kerbal Space Program. I will, however, go into the science facility and I'll see what we can do with the research we've gathered here. So we've got 75 science now. I don't think we actually used much more. So I believe we failed every component of that mission. Yep. Yeah, we didn't do much of anything. However, 75 science will get us an awful lot. We might even be able to get into aviation here, which would open up all kinds of new experiment avenues. All kinds of new opportunities, and we definitely have enough for Mr. Science Jr. here. So, anyway, folks, my name's been Ybot. Thank you very much for watching. We'll decide what we want to research next and what we want to launch next in the next episode. Please subscribe if you're enjoying this video and you want to see more. And that's going to do it for now, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.